The House Fortemside has a message for you. Alright, fair enough. Mistress Chan, visitors you're here. You are wanted within. That's all for him? Alright. Let's go see what Malcolm wants. What is it that you want to discuss, Alphino? As you recall, events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. To the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of a Stinian, it was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his faithful transformation as alive, feared him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely account for something. Thus I did turn to Y'shtola and Curly for it. More empirical appraisal, and full glad I am that I did that. Observation that they want to share. Alright. Excellent, let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I'd sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah! I found you at last! A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Anawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this Dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Come, I would hear what Lord Commander has to say. Let's go hear what Eric has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal, I do not deny. Nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord. Though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then. We will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Excuse me to pose you on the one this level up understanding Trent we now face. No one position, to Pedus and I, Ishgard is as a second home. So the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged of your nation has become our own. If there's aught that we can do to aid its salvation, then pray pose all you must. We are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that Tom is not our ally. Indeed, well then, mine. Confess I did not provide too exact details, personally, because they are as yet unknown to me. We will summon our church well guard the zenith in the trading maze. Ere we begin our descent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to any shrine. seek an advantage in coming negotiation. I would consult with Vidofnir. Was this in part of our concern of her condition, or if she to succumb her wounds would have grave consequences for our alliance. Apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. No reasons to the Dravidian forelands, then. Just the warrior of warriors and her companions, what bright bringing you to mine abode. Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, my dear. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Dost thou imagine me close to death? The trust was deep but not mortal. I will heal in time. So glad I am to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I'm a dragon full grown, and thou to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle here at thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from hard and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace when man and dragon knew such comradeship. What thou that out of every effort to do were not undone by an ancient rancor. For truth, there can be no peace of Nidhogg's shade yet lingered. That much is plain, and yet we lack the strength to banish it. Thus do we make for some owl to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I how he would answer. The rest for our hearts remains unchanged and the pity, but if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way of with thy kind. Go then, but be warned, the shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb you. Rest no longer. Oh, that looks pretty good. There expected to be no better answer from Vidofnir. I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It seemed that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Mr. Rathorn. Scout ahead if you wish. We shall join you outside Malkon. had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream one mind hailed a picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this people when Estinian Ysael yet walked to our side. Cooper, was that you? Oh, if it isn't wrong, don't tell me you forgot my name, Cooper. God, we've been through together. At least you remember me, right? You do remember, don't you, Adios? I'm sorry, how can I forget you, Moglin? How could you mistake me for that overzealous throne warmer? I'm Mogham, the courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith, Moogle. Oh, sorry, Mogham. Putting our shared history to one side. What brings you and your friends to Mogham, Koopa? We're here for Restvelger. Another audience with Restvelger? Well, I hope you're bred the horn, Koopa, with the winds as gentle as they are, but a good loud toot should reach the Great Worm's ears easily enough. This is good to hear, Mogham, thank you. We had best press on to the Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Chief Moglin will want to hear about this. Yeah, I don't have all the Aether prints for this region yet. Oh, I can just teleport there, never mind. Just teleport to the Zenith.
Great Restvelger, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Restvelger. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people. foresaw mine intent.
Lis echnitieg casmun ikini, lis nuan jas an es in, salen monanesh, undahai in. Stapol iani niteg, shinhes iso, al nofa is. Seth Osk kom initeg kinan, nosk delgan en.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Holes exkdier valsu, nesk an in eskba. Us hesner, ikin en eran.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk inletrai, melosk asisa, ekmon kin unaen.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Sekmon infin, sesk antis ekmon, kin al ud.
Loskna, dyrkin illes, kol hestna inish, draor in. Daniteg, Garjas, Losk in an, Slisva Holkas, Kain in na.
Eskeniteg, eskedir ulgar an, in an, hesnesh an, eskjas ong, inga. Al uoga, smaes in an. Sway in Ratatoska this die an. Slosk kin. Skor ich les imo.
I believe I spotted a wyvern landing just outside the palace. Is that was one of the children of whom Horsebrough spoke. Come, my friend, let us keep our escort waiting. Let's not keep our escort waiting. Yeah, let's go. Just down here, right? Can I just jump down? It'd be a lot faster than walking all the way there, right? You must be their escort, Mr. Worm. My booze-maids and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. SOHR KHAI now accessible. Oh, it's a dungeon. Alright. That's a big mogul. Big mogul. Big mogul. Overcome the unstifled prayer. We're all here. Let's go. Oh shit. What? I did not understand that mechanic at all. Where's he going now? Oh, this again. We got it. Easy enough. had it.
Your trial is ended as well, then?
Yeah, it's over, Alphino.
Mine was brutal beyond reckoning. Vedfalnir seems ill-acquainted with the notion of mock battles.
Oh, my ribs. Hers was Safit appeared me Vidovnir, but her ferocity was such that I began to wonder if I hadn't simply managed in her injury. Did my shrill tales and tooting symphony next to yours? How fared you in your duel with Westbrook? It was pretty well. It was the hardest thing I've ever encountered. I take from this that your battle was rather more involved than my own. Riddlefinger seemed largely concerned with how long he could keep me rolling in the dust. Between dodging snapping fangs and slashing claws, I scarce had the time to aim below. Had he surely meant to harm me, of course, I would not be standing here now. Plainly his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced me to recall my training about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spot, and it was in short a very thorough lesson. Oh, Kupo, let me begin by congratulating you on your completion of their trial. For one with a name more befitting a jester, you fight with savagery of a rabid demon. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches after this rubbing. I fear my lower subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Cooper. Said indefinitely. When I told you about Pedestral, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Malcam. Triple? Well, that's not fair. There's no justice, Cooper. Not at all. So they came to watch our trial. Interesting.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelga's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
'Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike. Oh, gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
Ishgard. Our battle is not over. At the end of his song, Ishgard will not last long against Nidhogg and his horde. We must away.
Alas, is he all in?
Aye. I must return to my city without delay.
Skål. Ses Nitek. Sen Inga.
hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. Ugh. We must hold.
This is getting pretty intense.
Reinforcements!
You are late, Warrior of Light.
Dragon versus dragon, let's go. This is getting epic.
Watan and by E. Still walking. Nal Inka. Ikinfa and Kohesto in. Undo Kai Omon Ikin in Kastaga Stajas Skol Hes Som. Orsk Mik in Eskja in Van Ihe Dolun Hikin Herm Esh. Srosgwan Inna. His Indar Liskol Ab Nusgar Akin Sus Ul War.
Dragon versus dragon, let's go. Oh no. The worst has come to pass, doesn't it? Oh shit. He chipped. Okay, it's just a wing. First of all, it's gonna be fun. It's just a wing. Yeah, we got a dragon's eye. This is epic. This is epic. The final steps of faith. Oh man, this is gonna be epic. This is gonna be epic. Let's do this shit. This is gonna be epic. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is awesome. Oh my god. Guys, I can't put into words how amazing this is. There's Nidhogg over Risrelger. We have to save Risrelger. I don't want Risrelger to die. We have to save him. I don't want Nidhogg to kill him. Like, I don't want any of this. Like, come on, we have to put a stop to this. Oh my god, and this song too. This freaking song. Can be harder than this. I don't think it's harder than. It can be harder than the epics anyways. Shear. That's the thing with limit breaks. As long as everyone saves a limit break for the end, we can cheese the end. When it's like the last 10%. When it's the last 10%, you can make it if everyone uses their limit breaks. Well, Nidhogg is destroyed now. That's good. That's good news. Wonderful news, even. Terrific news. Now we just need to get the eyes off of Estinian.
Estinian!
Alphino, the eyes, hurry up. Get the eyes. If we don't get the eyes, it will never happen. Hurry up, get the eyes. Get the eye, come on.
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg. Thou shalt die by my hand.
This is not your hand, worm!
Thou wilt obey.
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued!
Waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way. Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty.
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
Heart your pants. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm gonna cry.
think we should destroy the eye or something. Did the Estinian survive?
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
Yet this bond of hope, my treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind.
He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least. You have my gratitude, Resvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Ustra udin instra reo, anhesnesh. One in nesk ikman, keifta.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelga did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
Since, but no, the past is done. We must look to the future. When the last new Hawk is gone, this false spirit cast out. Once for all, I only pray that Stina survives the ordeal. Nothing else is distracting. The Battle of Nidhogg's Shade will get many new epic battles. That would be so. Those without a doubt one of our more epical victories. I must admit, that I took great joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake. There to aid me, those infernal powers will still be infused to Estinian's mail. Yet even Nidhogg's gone, I can't help but wonder how much our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of this condition. Let's go do that. Now this was an epic victory. Epic victory. Let's go. Your Master Alpha and my honored friend, as if winning Rissvalger to our cause were not enough, you take it upon yourself to rid us of his brood predator. I know not how to thank you. Our contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true series of the day were Patios and Estinian. One triumph over Nidhogg's shade, true strength of arms, and the other true strength of will. Speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier captain, told he has yet to regain consciousness. As you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. He must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Samric is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word of the moment there or any other event. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I will believe Lord Edmond and his sons are most eager to celebrate your returns. Farewell, First Commander. Competitors, it would seem that we are awaited at Four Thames Manor. Four Thames Manor. Alright, let's go. Slide switches, right? Yes, okay.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our Master Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Let's talk talk to Emmerich news? Seek Master Alpha? He came to relieve me of the vigil a short while ago, and he begged to sit at Estinian's eyes. I could not refuse him, though he would sooner faint than admit it. The boy must be exhausted by Rorsvalker's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. Emmerich appears lost in nostalgia. Our own friendship with Estinian began some 10 years ago, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so it might have remained had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon a dragon, and we were only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, and such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind, revenge for the death of his parents and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Elfino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle childlings of Estinian, Elfino has found the other brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian, tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Elfino's affection for him. He is a friend with whom I would gladly... Oh, Commander, your presence is required in your infirmary. I see, then. You see? Tell them I am on my way. Complete. Let's go to him. Upon refusing to journey, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Now let's go. Let's watch the ending of this. If this is an ending. Well, of this quest line at least, I assume. I don't think it's the ending of Heaven's Ward, but maybe it's this quest line.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelgr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Emmerich. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age. Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
I was gazing at a soft clouds, sea of clouds, an all too rare moment of idleness. I chanced to behold a certain hero wandering her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Thaddeus. Nay, it was no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressure of office. No sooner did I surrender my role as a temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it goes in some small measure this way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard, at the head of the House of Lords? Aye, but these questions are for me to answer. It is not in the man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we reveal the bridge between man and dragon, so must we imagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May your towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear a word from Captain Whitescape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Thaddeus, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphinaud. What's this? Speak with Wedge. Wedge wants me to get the ref. Okay, Wedgie, I'm gonna talk to you next time. Now for this guy, I'm gonna go back to the manor again. Alright. Any portal near here? Alphinaud. You spoke of Emmerich. I do not envy his disposition. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet, though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Emmerich to lead the march for progress. As for us there, remains the small matter of ushering a new dawn in shadow inscrutable, mashing machinations and seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Ooh, oh my god, okay, this is cool. Okay, so this is a music. This is a new coat. Oh, that's a coat that matches Edmund Fortemps, right? That's Edmund Fortemp's coat. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And this is, oh, we get to have, get to have Emmerich follow us around everywhere. Okay, that's pretty cool. In the wake of Ishgard's armament reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel a section. Oh! So now we can probably use an airship to go to the Churning Mist, right? Probably use an airship to go straight to the dragon territory, I guess. That's pretty cool. Oh, what's happening now? Oh wait, aren't these the Warriors of Darkness? Oh, they're looking for the eyes. Oh no. Are they looking for the eyes? Are they looking for Nidhogg's eye? Are you kidding me right now? We just got rid of him. speaking to the Ashen. Yeah. Warrior of Darkness, that's what I thought. Thank you, Bloodshreds. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All this proceeding is expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Oh, that's Alice, isn't it? This way. Him again. It is not known that they will play their part and we will play ours. That was Alice, wasn't it? Wasn't that Alice? Was that Alice or Alphino? I think that was Alice, right? And thus did grey mist give way to azure skies, the man dragon above, voices join in song. Beneath shrouded brow, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. Pillars. Floor of Horde. Alright. Oh, hi. House 4 Temps Knight. How you doing? A new day dawns in Ishgard, and the House of 4 Temps Knight has tidings for you. Oh, okay. Mistress Cham, come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly prominent personage was delivered to the manor. Would that you have present to receive it. But in any event, Sir Emmerich de Boreal, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Boreal, cordially invite Mistress Cham to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord has broached the subject with you at an earlier date, and he arranged for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons I forwarded will occur to me for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, it is plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? Actually, I think this outfit is good enough. Indeed, who would not? You will forgive me if I'm invis. I shall send word of your acceptance to Boreal House Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. Alright, so now I'm going to eat dinner. Alright, sounds fun. Let's go eat some dinner. Yay, dinner! Let's eat dinner! Eating dinner sounds fun. Where is it, by the way? Oh, it's over there. Okay, so it's the Astrologicum Guild, right? Okay, let's buy the Dream Shard then. Greetings and well met, Mistress Cham. I have the honor and privilege to serve as head steward of House Boreal. Though only our staff is nowhere somewhat smaller than those of the other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a woman of action, such as yourself, enjoys a mere moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I'm sure, but for this day we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the Horn. I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days. Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. It was pretty
Nor would I presume to imply otherwise. Neither I nor any man alive can truly understand what you have endured, and I cannot say with any confidence that I would have acquitted myself as well under the circumstances, much less grown stronger for it. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you. May I ask a personal question? Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Fulton?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did she. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Yes.
Is that... Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled Chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphino, is the Warrior of Light... is she with you? Don't go, there is something I must say. The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Surely they won't let her die. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitescape and his chargeons that did not bring the Stadium back from the very brink of death. I am unfurther reminded of how he mocked me for praying by his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to matter whose conclusion we yet have the power to influence? Alphino, stop crying, please. Alphino and Meteors know too well. There is no rest for the righteous. Alright. We'll continue this next time on FF14. That's yeah.